Back again for the second time, but this will be the first time because we're back on. I am the Ballkin Nostalgic, and this is SlickBlast RapCast. Once again, I just confirmed with main flow of Mood, legendary MC from Cincinnati. This is how we're doing it. Main flow is on. If you could send the request, my brother, that'll be beautiful. Because again, I'm still trying to thank you for that. Beautiful. The volume as well. Okay. Boom.
What up, what up, what up?
What's up, my brother? How are you doing, man?
You already know, man. Just driving right now.
I see that. Okay.
You already know. I got you, though. What's good?
No, man. Everything's good, man. I appreciate you taking the time to be on with me, man. Welcome to SlickBlast RapCast. How are you, man?
I'm doing good, man. Everything is Cuba good, man.
I like it. And congratulations once again, because we chopped it up previously. You've been doing the acting thing, in the arts, and congratulations on that. You've been doing that for a long time, which I didn't know about, but
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm working on a movie called The Wing Walker, where I'm playing a bus driver.
Ooh.
And bro, I never drove a bus before.
Really?
Yeah. On set, man. I was freaking out for like 20 minutes, man. I thought they.
Let me see. Damn. All right. Everybody stay patient. Main flow is not there anymore with us. So hopefully he can get on. I know he's driving. So let's try this again. It just froze up. That's interesting. All right. So let's see what's going on over here. All right. Come on, baby. Come on, IG. I'm just starting this session with main flow, and you guys are gonna do that now? Come on. What's the matter with you? All right. There you go. Let me see. It froze up for whatever reason. It's freezing up. There we go. All right. Let's try this again. Accept.
It happens.
No, all good. Yeah, it's good. It's
Act
good.
like
It's good.
we never left.
We never left. Absolutely. So I don't see the screen moving, but I hear you. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, my brother, man, that's super. So you said you were playing a bus driver, correct?
Bus driver, yep.
And so you got to drive those big boys. You got to drive those. Or are they gonna allow you to do that to make it more realistic, or how's that gonna work out?
Well, it's they got a stunt man. It's really driving it for the bulk of it. But my part is dope, man. You gotta check it out.
Definitely will, man. Definitely will. And I wanna do this with like I do with every guest and every legend and OG that's been on. But I want to salute you, man, and thank you personally for contributing to hip hop the way you guys did and still are.
Yeah.
I want to give you your virtual flowers, brother, because you're physically here, and I think that's important to acknowledge.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Absolutely. And man, so if we could get into a little bit of can we go into the DeLorean, man, and go back in time if that's okay with you?
Please, let's do it.
Let's do it. All right. So how did you, Skillet and Dante, how did you guys assemble this mega force of elite MCs together? And how did this mood thing come up? How did that come up? The whole thing.
Me and Dante, we've been friends since we was 9 years old, man. We went to the same elementary school, riding unicycles and things like that. We went to the Cincinnati Academy of Physical Education.
Wow.
From there we lived in the same neighborhood, started hanging out, and we'd be out late night and things like that. We just different activities, man. And as we were doing these activities, freestyling a lot and coming up with concepts and just being inspired by the greats, man, like Run DMC, Beastie Boys, LL Cool J, a lot of the artists from the Def Jam era,
Right.
Nas, rap, kind of translated to our own skills, man. And me and Dante, we always been a tight unit. We pretty much started branching out with other units like the Lack None crew, man, Crunchy X, Daryl, Supreme. Um, Homeskilly came a little later in the process, man. Like, cause we already had our crew pretty
Okay.
much solidified, you know what I mean? And then Josh Sun brought him around, so he was pretty much the last MC to join.
Oh wow, that's it. So that's interesting. So he came a little later, but
Yeah,
obviously you guys had a natural chemistry from the jump the minute that he got on, right? It was
yeah,
natural.
facts.
Damn, that telling you, man. So let me share this with you because this is we're gonna go like back in time, obviously with myself because it resonates and connects with what you guys did. Um, I was in Sam Goody. I was in Sam Goody purchasing I think it was the Keith Murray album, Enigma, which I think that's his best. And then the gentleman that worked at Sam Goody at the time was bumping the Karma song. So I don't know what the gentleman's name was, but I thank him because he's at Sam Goody. Rest in peace, Sam Goody. And as he's as I hear the song, I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, what is who is this? He's
Mm.
like, oh yeah, these new underground guys. They're from they're from the Midwest, but we're down with Hi Tek, and then he didn't know much either. But then as I did the research, and then I'm like, man, it just had. My cousin Nelson always said that. Like he said, it had a Wu-Tang kind of flavor, but you guys are just a Cincinnati version. Like you guys
Yeah,
you had a dope nucleus, and you were conscious. And then the voice, when you came with those verses, sitting watching Jay Leno, I'm like, this dude is bananas.
I
So
appreciate that, man.
yeah, so that's a great moment of time. Remembering hearing you guys in Sam Goody. That's the first time I heard the song Karma. And from there on out, dude, you already know the rest. Rap City, MTV Raps, and obviously underground stations, local stations, and you guys blew up, man. So special moment of time.
Man, I love hearing stories like that. You know, it, it's why we do it. You know what I mean? Especially when we first started finding out that our message was getting around the world and becoming global. You know what I mean? That gave us uh, more inspiration, man. But
And
yeah,
and
appreciate
and
that.
then yeah, and of course the versatility. Because No Limit was out and all these mainstream things, music was out, and I'll never knock that stuff, but
Yeah,
my
yeah,
head my head where I was at was always in the underground, man. I was always at Tower Records. I was always in specific places looking for Mood, J Raw's, DJ Hi Tek, trying to stay within that branch and
yeah.
stay consistent, right? Does that make sense? Be just trying to stay loyal to
Mhm.
where it's like, when are you guys coming out with something next? And I tell you, man, and so Hi Tek, I know he's from the Natty, he's from Cincinnati.
Yeah, yeah.
So were you guys did you guys go to school together as well, or was that just a coincidence? Yeah, Hi Tek.
Now, we met Tech through like DJ battles, and he was kind of like the whiz kid, so to speak. Man, he was younger, around 12 years old, 13ish. Showing up to the scene looking like a little kid, just but smashing cats on the turntables. You know what I mean? Winning
Yeah.
contests. Um, then we got wind that he did production. I did a song with him called "Radio to the Video." That was the first song I did with him in '93, and that's out. You can find that on
Wow.
YouTube. It's a classic, and just he was inspired by the best. You know what I mean? Premier, Pete Rock, Dr. Dre,
Man.
obviously. You can hear the chemistry in the cuts and the drums and the overall sound. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And then
Tech is a genius.
he is. Actually, yeah, I just saw a post, ironically, of DJ Hi Tek. He's doing a new song with Snoop Dogg, which it makes sense because he's got that West Coast bounce as well. Like you said, he's inspired by Dre, and he's done it
Yeah, I
really
mean,
well.
if you think about it, not to get too deep in this, but Bootsy
Yeah,
Collins, the Funk, Ohio, this
yeah,
that's where it's coming from. You know what I mean? So they're smart, man. Snoop and them dudes, they know how to get to the source of the
yeah.
sounds. You know what I mean?
That you're right about that. Yeah, they definitely have an ear for it, and they're so versatile. Not just mainstream, but they're MCs, man. They've been doing this, so
Mm-hmm.
it's a beautiful connection. So we
Facts.
got, and then this other song that I literally I would play 4 times a week because when you got the CD in or you download music because we all did it. This is the reality of it. We downloaded music when we couldn't find certain stuff um that wasn't provided at stores or even at the record stores that were sold out. So I was like, man, Secrets of the Sand, your verse at all of you guys, that's a special record for me personally, not only because I love Dilla as a producer. He was obviously, he was still JD. He was still JD obviously when he produced that for you guys, the remix. Can you guys can you elaborate on that and how did you get with Dilla? How did you guys get with JD?
That's a great question right there. So Tech, he's a student of the game as well,
Yeah.
and he was real familiar with Dilla, and we strategically did a remix with him so that I guess like Tech's name could be associated with Dilla's, man, A and B side type of thing. You know what I mean?
Ooh.
Um, we went up to work with Dilla in Detroit in the studio, listening to the Slum Village album before it came out.
Oh my God, that was a treat. That
Yeah,
must have been a treat.
classic. And yeah, at the time he was managed by a guy named Tim. I think his name is Tim Jordan. He told me that I sounded like Jay-Z
Mm.
at the time, but he said it like this. He said like, "Man, you sound like this MC, um, Jay-Z." At the time Jay-Z wasn't that big, man. So
Right.
kind of like one of them things. But back to Dilla, man. Working with him was magic. Just being in the lab, seeing how he cooks up them beats.
Yeah.
We made a classic with him, man. Secrets of the Sands is withstanding time for sure.
Yeah, and so any funny because I know Dilla was a jokester at times. He had that sense of humor. Any stories with Dilla, or was it more business? Like he's getting out of business.
So like my partner Dante is the storyteller. That's who you're gonna have to interview him too, man, because
Okay.
classic with the stories. But we went to All Stars. I think it was called All Stars. We went to a strip club, just kind of relax a little bit, listen to some music while we were recording. It was part of the process. Um, we got to talk to him about samples, like how he would go to different cities and just buy, have just hit the record store hard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Records, major samples. Yeah, man, just good times with Dilla, man.
That's amazing, man. You
That
guys you
verse,
guys
that
were
verse, that verse I spit. I got steps to fly this, choke moves for your epiglottis. Heaven's most modest plans for the seventh goddess. Rebuild lands with the sands hottest, the oddest, Yorks and Scottish. They posing like they know who got us. My brother's sharp, like sketches of art. And I bet you
Woo!
like a matchbook, weaponry smart. Thought teams, assault teams, definitely dark. Money and drugs, cops and crooks separately parked. Feel like an hour bodies on it. That nigga that got he wanted. Thought he was teased up, but probably fronted. Properly stunned. Meet at the summit, rest his stomach. Assemble campfire style, burning brand new hundreds. Fully obsessed though, metal head like Destro. He
So
played the best low, club of Rome from get-go. Columbia train, the hit flow, roll scholar Calypso.
it's
That gold collar with info. Until the jollies and bagging niggas for doing collie, selling clues to Charlie stepping down Bruno Mali. Taekwondo judo hobbies. Witness said he knew the bodies about to mob me, but spiritually my moves are godly. in his likeness. No way their souls can fight this. Physically righteous, cobra clutch with tight fists. Night of the living Christ is. I know who Christ is. Format your God's license with science mic chips. Sexual life seed, growing roots at light speed. Engulf nice weed, thoughts hemorrhage till mics bleed. 225th strike theme. All right, Kings. Let's pull together like night streams. Unite, Kings.
The secret.
Yeah. So check this
secret
out.
of the sun. Woo!
Man, sing it.
Man, thank you for that, bro. That was raw, rugged and raw. Wow. Damn. That got me hyped, man. It just brought back great memories, man. Damn. I love it. I appreciate that, man.
When I met Mos Def for the first time, he kicked that verse to me.
What?
Yeah. When I met your boy from Little Brother.
Oh yeah, nice.
He kicked that verse to me.
Really?
Facts.
Damn. That's the thing, man. It's a legendary verse, and I love the whole positive. It was a feel-good track, and it took you somewhere, man. It literally took you somewhere where you were floating, and it's just a feel-good. It's a soundtrack of life to me. That song was just a moment of time where just everything stops. Don't think about everything going around you, and enjoy that. If that makes any sense, man.
It does make sense.
Super dope. All right, and I wanted to ask you another favorite producer of mine, obviously on the jazzy thing, phenomenal. J. Ross, man, that's another guy. I mean, how did you guys link up with J. Ross?
You gotta get with the storyteller, man. Dante, man. You know.
Dante, you said it.
Yeah. But Ross, I think Ross, we got connected with him through Jay Sands, because Jay Sands was going to UC at the time, and yeah, we crossed paths with Sands and started doing some music, and Sands is the lone catalyst.
That's right.
And J. Ross is his producer, man. So that's my recollection of Sands and J. Ross.
Absolutely. So we're gonna talk about your solo. We're gonna talk about your solo albums because they're all underrated, and the production, man. The production on all of your albums that you've done, majority that I've heard, all dope.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Yeah, consistent and not lazy. Because, sometimes you have albums where there's 3 bangers and then the rest is kind of like fillers. But I noticed with your production, it's very balanced. And the production's phenomenal, man.
Yeah. Give me an example. What project you talking about?
I'll give you, Crop Circles from Castle Diplomat.
Yeah.
Crop Circles.
Yeah.
That's a boom bap. It's just got a boom bap feel, and it just feels right. And there's a song called Crime Outfit as well. Crime Outfit.
Oh man, wow! Crime Outfit is crazy. That song is if you check out Alien Workshop's one of their first videos with Rob Dyrdek, he's skating to that.
Ooh.
The video's called Photosynthesis.
Photosynthesis?
Yeah.
Damn.
Look up Rob Dyrdek, Photosynthesis. And the song is, Crime Outfit, man. It fit that video perfect.
Yeah, the whole album just, again, man, it's underground greatness. And that's what you were looking for when it was out at the time. I mean, because people, like I said, the mainstream stuff, I respect some of it. But in the underground, that's where it was at, man. That was
Castle Diplomat, I was on my Mike Tyson, man.
I noticed that.
I was relentless, you know what I mean?
You were on your Mike Tyson in his prime, and you were just, whoever was in your way, you would just get out of my way.
Yeah, I ain't seen nobody in my way.
Another album. This was, I think, 2016 or 17. You can correct me. The Silence.
Sound of Silence.
Sound of Silence.
Yeah, produced by Mill Beats.
Okay, MLB.
F for Science.
Whew. Underground greatness as well. The Rapper's Delight 2 that you did, it was an intro, like kind of a skit, I wish that was a song. Does that make sense? I wanted to stretch out the beat until it lasted. Like I wanted to rewind it and keep it going. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. That I think that whole concept is I wouldn't say old school, but more or less classic, man. When you're listening to albums with good production, they'll
Yeah.
put a few, the producers will throw a few teasers on there, commercials, you know what I mean, beats that you're like, damn, that should have been a song, man. What's up with that? You know,
Right.
just to let you know they really in there cooking, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. And I like that you displayed that because again, it's almost not even a tease, it's just letting you know that the versatility is there and the art. So you did a song, and I'm trying to remember the name of the song, man. But I remember it in my head. It's with Copyright, another underground great. What the name of the song? I'm trying to remember that. You
Oh
did a song
wow,
with Copyright.
Copyright. That was from Cincinnati Kid, and oh wait a minute, was it more of a religious song? Because me and Copyright did a few songs. We did one called Street Prophets.
I think
That
it
one's
is that one.
we
Yeah,
got me and Copy. We got about 3 or 4 songs together.
yeah. Okay. Well, the one I mean they're all dope, but the one that
Yeah,
like you guys were in it, the Street Profits. There you go. That's what it's called, the Street Profits.
yeah. Street Prophets is kind of special, man, because I think Copy was going through more of a spiritual awakening at that time. You know what I mean? Not smoking or something like that, and doing different things, and yeah,
Okay.
we kicked some science on that.
Absolutely, you did. Absolutely. And I just had to ask because we're living in times now in the hip hop culture in the world of hip hop. A lot of people behind your man for reuniting. You know how that works. Reuniting as a fan. Like, what if they did something together again? Even if it was just one track and then that's it. Move forward again. Have you guys, among yourselves, ever chopped it up and said, "Hey guys, what if we tried to do it again? A short album, whatever the case was. Have you
So,
guys discussed that
so
recently?
you referring to Mood?
Yes, Mood as a group. Yeah.
Yeah. We did we did a album called Live Again. That's fire. You can check that one out. We did one called Into the Mood with
Okay.
Mill Beats. That's another fire project we put out. We started working with Tech some years ago on a new album, and we
Mm-hmm.
made about maybe 8 songs.
Ooh.
We did Karma Part 2, no, Karma
Oh my.
Part 3 actually,
Ooh.
and a song called The Trickles, Wine and Spirits. We got some cuts for you, man. Um,
Okay.
but as far as putting the album out together, I mean, I think it's everybody's just kind of doing their own thing. You know what I mean? I would love to do a record with them. Me and Dante, we constantly work on records, and we got something. We got a surprise for you. I don't want to drop it on here though. You know what I mean? But
No, absolutely.
yeah.
You did enough by saying that. And I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Definitely gonna be looking forward to that. Thank you for that nugget. Main
Yes, sir.
flow.
Yes, sir.
Um,
Production
another
is
album.
crazy.
Another album I want to revisit. Hip Hopulation. Hip
Mm-hmm.
Hopulation. Um, just a dope album as well. I know. Of course, Talib is down with you guys. He was on a song with you. He was on that album.
Yeah,
Uh,
we did Hip Hop Worth Dying For.
yes,
That
classic
was a
man,
banger.
classic, the classic banger. And I liked the kids in that song, bikes and big wheels. Is it bikes? What is it? Bikes and big
Mm-hmm.
wheels.
Toys,
Yeah,
games.
there you go. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, correct. Are those your kids in the song or who?
That's my daughter.
Oh, okay. Very
Yeah, my
cool.
daughter, Neora Hava. Yeah,
God bless. God bless.
when she was younger.
That's so dope. Adding that element and bringing it to a life in a song. That's a beautiful thing.
That Hip Hopulation album, that concept came about because I heard Crunch flowing one time. He said once it hit the population, he said hit once his flows hit the population. And I said, wait a minute. I said, did he just say hip population? I was like, that sounds like it could be the definition of the population of hip hop. You know what I mean?
Right.
And he said, nah, hit population. I said, nah, I like that concept, bro. went with it as the population of hip hop. That was the concept, and that's why I have a lot of features on it.
Yeah, that's dope that you did that. You spread it out and
Yeah, that album is fire, man. The Far Eye on there. I have P
man.
Killer. That's P Killer
Yep.
is DMX's brother. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah, producer.
Wow.
I think that's his brother, man. Yeah, P Killer.
P Killer. Okay, I
P
was
Killer.
not
Yeah, I
aware
got
of that.
a track with him and the Far Eye.
Oh, the Far Right. Yeah, the Far is another beast from the West Coast. Phenomenal.
It's called Worldwide, man. Check it when you get a chance.
That, absolutely. And
Well,
main
they
flow.
should check it. They should check it because you already checked it.
No, of course, of course. But to revisit is always great too. To
Yeah,
revisit.
fact.
What? All right. So what I do with every guest, my brother, and I'm gonna ask you, take your time. You don't gotta rush it. Dead or alive, dead or alive. Who is main flow working with? It could be an MC, a producer, a breakdancer, anybody in the elements, right? Who are three people that stand out in your brain that you can say if they hit you up this weekend, main flow, let's do this. And then I wonder who the three would be. I wonder.
Okay. 3.
Yeah, three. It could be MCs, it could be producers, whoever, somebody that you haven't worked with, basically, dead or alive, that you know that.
Somebody that I haven't worked with.
Correct.
Okay. Because my first thought was Cool G Rap.
Woo!
Yeah, I'm listening
That
to
qualifies.
I'm listening to the Return of the Don right now, man. That is.
Oh man.
I know I'm a little late on it, man, but that is hey. So I say Cool G Rap, but let's see.
Write this down.
I'm gonna have to take a producer in there.
Okay.
Um,
Cool G Rap. Yeah.
let me go. Let me just go all star, man. Let's go. Let me go. Cool G Rap. Dante, Hi Tek.
Ooh.
I'm good, man. You know what I'm saying? We got enough. We got enough arsenal.
That's more than enough of arsenal.
Yeah. I like Black Thought too, obviously. You know what I mean? So yeah. Wow. So I can interchange Black Thought because he the roots. Whew. The roots protect.
Imagine that.
Sorry, Tech. No.
imagine a Black Thought and Mood album.
Man.
A collab.
Yeah, we got to collab with him. But yeah, that. You know, I say Tech just because of the formula. You know, like all crews have formulas. You know what I mean? You know, and when you listen to our music, you notice how. You know, Mood we have our own sound, man. Especially when we work with Tech. Tech works with a lot of artists, man, from 50 Cent to The Game and Anderson .Paak, you name it. You know, but we got our own sound, so I think that's part of the formula.
That makes sense, and that's a refreshing answer. I think you're definitely the first MC that's been on SlickBlast to give an answer like that, and it's a genuine, honest answer. I like it because
that's our Dre, man. You know what I mean?
Right, and he's phenomenal, man. And so you said Dante. Okay, so I'll reach out to Dante at some point too to get his side, and obviously
you have to. You have to, man. You'll hear some stories, man. I won't even tell you about the I'm gonna have him tell you about battling Biggie.
What?
Yeah, man.
We'll leave it at that.
I'll let him tell that.
We'll leave it at that. And Dante, I think I follow Dante because I know he has an IG, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. I'll definitely hit him up for next week because just to hear everybody's perspective. And Skillet, are you guys still tight with Skillet?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Skillet's our guy, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Sound like you got some interest in Skillet, man. I gotta let him know, man.
Hey, man. Here's the thing, man. You guys, like I said, you guys as a unit are important to the culture, and obviously individually, you guys
Mhm.
hold your own as MCs. You guys are lethal. So I think it's important to digest everybody's perspective and world, right? For the memories.
I think so.
Yeah,
Right on with that.
absolutely. And let me ask you this, man. Because I'm a big collector, like comic books, action figures, late hip hop memorabilia, and the action figures a lot.
Hmm.
Um, are you into those kind of gems? Like, do you like are you into that stuff? Action figures, collectibles.
Okay,
Break it down.
it's funny you say that because yesterday I got a phone call yesterday where somebody wants to make a main flow action figure.
Mmm.
He's already made Omar from the Epps. I mean Omar. I said Omar Epps. Omar from the Wire, and he made DMX and he made Tupac. Um, and they used the 3D printing. You know what I mean? So
and
yeah, I'm definitely down with that. Uh, I like that. I like the collectibles, and Charlie Tuna is a real collector though.
ooh,
Yeah, Tuna, he
that's
gets it to that.
yeah, because
I think Supernatural too.
yeah, I know Supernatural is really big into it. Because you know the homie Destroyer from the Arsonist. He has his show. It's great. Show off your gems, and it'll be cool, man, to see what kind of gems you got
Yeah,
uh one of these days.
and
And
you can't forget Esoteric
Esoteric is
with the
he's a wild
Czar
man.
face.
Yeah, he's a wild man with the memorabilia and the Marvel stuff, especially Marvel.
Yeah, the Czar face is wild. I would like to make a character fit in with that. You know what I mean? Do an
That'll
album
be
with 7L.
woo.
Some type of character that fits in the story.
Absolutely, yeah, yeah. They're good dudes too, man. They're eventually said they'll get on with me at some point. But I know they've been doing it. Well, everybody's busy, like you said.
Yeah,
Um,
they're going out on a little tour right now too, or a big
yeah,
tour, I
they
think.
are.
Yeah, November.
That's exciting, man. Super exciting. So we talked about this story, but I want everybody because you and I chopped it up obviously off air. But I wanted you to share the story of Scribble Jam. It's a fun fact that a lot of people don't know. Um, the
Juice.
Scribble Jams. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, if you could elaborate on that, because remember we spoke about Juice. Remember you mentioned Juice and some Chicago MCs, and we reflected on those memories. And when Juice and Eminem, one of the greatest battles of all time in terms of battle rap MCs, um, you guys you guys headlined Scribble Jam.
mm-hmm.
That's
Facts. Yeah,
that's
and
special.
when you watch the Juice battle, Juice and Eminem, you'll see our banner in the background, the Mood Star
Wow.
throughout the rounds. You know what I mean?
That
But that was a classic battle, and that was the day Dante met Eminem, and he told Eminem that he needed to start writing songs, man, instead of freestyling so much.
really he told them that, huh?
Told
Wow.
Eminem that, man. That's some Dante shit for you.
Yeah, 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 definitely. Wow. And look, I'm sure he inspired him to be like, all right, it's time to
Facts, man.
write.
You already know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely, man. But it's bugging me now with the action figure thing because I want to know who it is because I'm pretty cool with some of the toy makers that are out now. B-Boy Blacks, he's in Asia. He's a phenomenal talent.
Yeah.
Uh, Fato, his name is Fato, another good guy. He's also in Asia. And Scarshio. You know who Scarshio is from New Jersey, fam?
Nah, I don't.
Okay, I'm gonna send you the link when we're done chopping it up, and you'll appreciate it. So currently he's doing the Biggie. If you look at it, I promise you, you're gonna freak out because it looks so realistic that it looks like Biggie Smalls as an action figure, but it looks like he's popping out at you. Like,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I've seen a couple of those lately, man. So yeah, I might have seen his work.
right. I'm sure you did. Yeah, and then he's coming out with Redman next year. He's coming out with Redman, and the heads are detachable. So it's like There is a Dark Side Redman. What the album Redman. So it's different facets of his head, and so I can see a main flow action figure, detaching different parts and like just
Yeah,
super dope.
that'll be fire, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
the dude, the guy that contacted me, I don't know if he's on that level. I know he's more independent, and he's using the 3D printing. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. That's super dope, man. I wouldn't be surprised if I know who he is, because like I said, I follow a lot of these guys, and
I'll send you. I'll DM you his work.
thank you. Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
please. To see if I know who it is, because I actually have a figure now, a current action figure being made by one of these guys.
That's
So
cool. You got really good intuition, man. Like I said, I just got off the phone with him yesterday, and it wasn't even something that I was, you know, it was an idea I had maybe 20 years ago when I was working with Dirk, but it wasn't something on my radar.
no, well, yeah, I appreciate that definitely, man. You know how it is. Great minds think alike when we're on together. It's just a natural connection. Um, That's so that and then another thing, man, because I like to support. I really do like to support MCs, groups, duos, crews. That's always been a thing for me, like the shirts and anything that a MC has that it's available to support.
Yeah,
Do you have any do you have a merch site, or do you have any T-shirts or
working on
anything
it.
of that nature?
Working on that right now. There's a lot of stuff that we put out. We put out like limited edition pieces and sold out right now. But
Oh man.
we definitely working, cooking up some things.
Okay, that's good to know because
Yeah, yeah.
I
And
I need.
until then, I have a brand with Ro Marley, and
Ooh.
it's called the RMBH Group, the Ro Marley Beach House Group.
I'm gonna write this down. I'm gonna write this down, brother, so I don't miss it. Say it again.
Yeah, it's the RMBH Group,
Okay.
Ro Marley Beach House Group. And with that, we got a clothing brand, and that's about to launch. So
Woo!
so look for that. Fire.
That's, I'm gonna be looking for that. And
Yeah.
and you said Marley is there relation to Bob Marley's family?
Well, Marley's son, man.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I
Oh,
mean?
oh my God. Look at this.
Yeah.
That's that's amazing.
King Roll cooking it up for everybody. You know, um, the brand is large. It's covering a lot of things. We got wine also.
Wine?
Yeah,
What?
20 other products.
Oh wow. So you guys are dang, so you guys are in the mix then. You guys are working you're working it out then.
Yeah.
Man.
Shout out to my man Joseph I. Joseph I is the plug for that. You know what I mean? As far as the whole Puerto Morelos, Cancun, Tulum.
Love it. Shout out to Joe, man. Keep doing great things, and hopefully we can consume the product soon once everything comes out, and that'll be beautiful. Um, I saw. So as you, I love that. I love that, man. It's dope that the guests I've had on recently, including you now, you were cruising, and I like the atmosphere, the palm trees. That's super cool that you brought that element, like in depth. Um,
Thanks, bro.
oh, yeah.
Taking a walk.
No, that's cool. Breathing fresh air and that's important. But I like when people step out of their comfort zone because late it's mostly in the studio or in the privacy of your own home. That's great. But it's nice
Yeah.
when you go outdoors and I can witness some environment. That's always a plus.
I thought it was gonna be like, somebody like, man, this dude's moving around too much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or talking over you sometimes because I don't have the earpiece in and not finished
No,
that.
no, it's all good. It's all good. Um, man, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what's to come for you guys, man. You said that something new's coming
Hmm.
with you and Dante, and I can't wait for that, my brother. I can't wait for that.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Do you and the family do you get into horror movies by any chance? Because I'm a movie buff, and I always ask every guest about that. Like, are you into horror movies? Like, because of Halloween out, the Halloween season, or is that your thing? Like horror movies?
I worked on Fear the Walking Dead for 2 years, 2 seasons.
What? What?
Yeah, I'm a zombie on there.
Oh my God, bro.
And Oh yeah, I was the stand-in for Coleman Domingo. So
What?
yeah, stand-in for him on that show for a couple seasons.
Congratulations.
So when you say horror, man, yeah, you know, we was dealing with blood, you know what I mean, and makeup, you know what I mean, and
Yeah,
getting cut up and chopped up. And
dude, that's amazing, man. And this is something that you enjoy doing, and I think that's the best part, that you like this, and it's fun. And like I said, I told you I've been an extra on some local
yeah,
stuff here, and it was a good time, man. They feed you good. You meet
hmm
cool people, interesting people.
yeah.
Um, okay, so I
It's
like.
different. There's different levels, man. You know, I've been the extra. This time, the movie I just did. I got a call from the producer. You know what I mean, and he casted me. Um, and that's different. So it's different. It's different each time.
Yeah,
And
that's
I
the
look
fun
at it
part
like
about
this.
it.
It's accumulation, man. You know,
Yes,
Accum-
accumulation on that resume,
accumulative,
and
right?
and, and, and your personal experience is going to get
Piece
better
by
and better.
yeah, man. Piece by piece, bro. And next thing you know, it's gonna be an avalanche.
Woo, I like that. So, all right, so we're gonna make it interesting because I already asked you the top three that are alive, and that's a great list as well.
Josiah, my man from Josiah, Switzerland, went to
Oh,
tour. What up?
salute all the way
Yeah, that's the
to
plug right
Switzerland.
there. Yes, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and man, everybody, we appreciate you being on with us. The Bald Kid and Main Flow. This has been a great chop up session. All right, so I know you're in the acting world now, and you're official now, and that's great. Name You can name one. It don't have to be three. An actor that you grew up watching as a kid, or even a current actor that you're really into, that you who would be somebody that you would want to work with moving along in the future when it happens, when the opportunity is manifested.
I'm gonna go with Brad Pitt,
Ooh, yes, I like that.
um, Denzel,
Yeah, something
and
told me you were gonna say that. He's a
Coleman
legend. Yes,
Domingo,
sir.
and Coleman Domingo.
Coleman Domingo.
Yeah, and actually, I want to work with Coleman Domingo with a Brad Pitt production because he's already worked with Brad Pitt, and you know, I know some people over there. You know what I mean? So I would like to connect the dots.
Ooh. And director, I don't know why. Main Flow, I can see you in a Quentin Tarantino movie. I don't know. I just see you in that in one of those dope Tarantino flicks.
Ooh, I didn't think of that one. That's outside of the box. I'm with that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, because he did Django,
Yeah, he did Django, and he's a hip hop head.
Pulp
He's a fan
Fiction.
of. Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, I'm with that.
All right, I like that. And then this is the bucket list, the ultimate, one of the ultimate, aside from Tarantino, Scorsese. Imagine Main Flow in a Scorsese film.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. See,
Ooh.
now you connected it, right? That's crazy. That'd be dope.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to manifest it for you, man, and make it a reality, and that's what we're gonna do.
Hmm
We're gonna speak it to the universe and continue
Yeah,
this momentum.
thought manifestation.
Absolutely. Yeah, man, Martin Scorsese. I'm writing it down actually.
Please.
Yeah. Man, so what time is you got so you're filming so how far are you guys into filming now? Because I know you've been doing the filming
This
with
was
this new movie.
my third day. Third day on the set was yesterday. Um,
Okay.
First time I got to drive the bus.
Nice.
Move,
Super.
man. Everything's going good, man.
That's
Can't
good.
complain. Can't complain.
Happy to hear that. I'm happy to
Yeah,
hear
man.
that.
Yeah, man. Actually, on my way there yesterday, I thought about it. I have these thoughts sometimes where I'm like, man, this is kind of the lifestyle I like, where I can kind of focus on what I'm doing, and then I have a gig like a movie I'm working on.
Right.
It's 20 minutes from my house, bro. You know what I'm saying? When I got to be at work, I'm leaving, no stress.
Wow.
Get there 20 minutes, go straight to the to the trailer, makeup, you know what I mean, wardrobe. We on set.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's
You're
different
living,
time.
you know what?
It's different times. It's different times. I have that vibe though. You know what I mean? Because sometimes I'll get into the MC vibe where I just rather be on tour, doing
Right.
selling merch, reaching out to people. You know what I mean?
And,
Then
and,
I
and
might.
that's the cool thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I apologize. Yeah,
Go ahead.
you live right now, man. You're living the dream right now, Flo. You're living the dream, and I like the fact that you said that. Where one day you could turn it off. Like if you don't have a project and you wrapped up the film, then you could probably do like a small tour and like you said,
Yeah,
network with fans and connect with the merch. And then when it's time for you to do another film, you could focus on that, and there's no strings attached. Where you're just focused on that particular film that's
yeah.
coming up.
Then I could direct. And I can edit. And it's all different hats of things that I want to do necessarily when I want to do it. You know what I mean? Timing wise. That makes sense on
Right.
my schedule. Um, I like to work. I work with teams. You know what I mean? But I like the independence, man, to be able to move around. I like financial freedom, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I agree with you. I'm with you on that, brother. 100%. And may blessings continue to come your way. And you've obviously worked hard to get to the point that you have. And you said that you have the IMDb now. You're official with that now. IMDb,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what I was telling you about the accumulation, man. Piece by
Right.
piece.
Yep.
You know what
Well,
I mean?
again, man, that's huge, and I congratulate you on that. Many blessings moving forward as you will receive, and I know that's a reality. So that's coming up more and more.
We need more cats like yourself, man. That study hip hop and actually take the time to, like you said, give artists their flowers, man, and communicate, reach out to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I do my best, man. Again, and I appreciate you saying that. Coming from you, a legend, that means a lot, man. I appreciate that, and I do my best. And it's in my heart, man. And I think that's what makes it easy. Um, when you have, when you enjoy something and it's from your heart, I think it just resonates with people that are like minded, like ourselves. And so this is again, this is an honor to have you on, man. You've
Yeah, likewise, man.
no, thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. We
Yeah,
appreciate what you're doing, and yeah, we'll keep in touch for sure, bro. We'll keep in touch because there's a lot of stuff I want to share with you. With the action figures and other cool stuff. We'll stay connected, obviously, and consistent as much as we can.
I got a question for you.
Go for it.
What's the Chicago scene like right now, and in the past, and how is it now?
I'll tell you,
I
man.
that's I gave you a big question right there, didn't
I like that. That's good. You flipped it on me. I like that. um, Well, I'm going to tell you this: hip hop in Chicago is alive and well in terms of the underground world. I don't know too much about what's going on the radio, to be honest, and that's my
I?
honest assessment. But I can tell you this: me being an MC, I've been doing my part to contribute to the culture and keep it alive, and from influences from artists like you, people in the '90s, people that I grew up listening to. So aside from myself, you have groups like 1773. They're doing their thing, Chance, Chance. He's more on the mainstream forefront. Chance the rapper, but he's been great, because he's
Yeah,
independent. Um,
different.
yeah, man, I would say that there's a lot of Chicago MCs and artists that are doing their thing, and it's mostly the underground, man. Like they're keeping that boom bap alive, so we're definitely keeping it rich and wholesome as best as we can. So, but just to name a couple of people I named,
Yeah,
uh, people that I know, 1773, they're pretty dope. They're 90s influence, just like myself. I'm a product of Mood. I'm a product of Five. I'm a product of all you guys, and trying to incorporate to my own flavor.
yeah, facts.
So, to me, substance, lyricism, and you
Juice,
don't have to
oh
be.
man, I'm glad somebody said that.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's important for me.
By
Substance,
Kill.
yeah, man. Yeah, Vakil. Shout out to Vakil. Juice. Juice is another
Dude.
great. We know that.
Yeah. Obviously.
But you'll laugh at this. So I'm 40. I'm 41. I Benjamin Button it in my life.
Yeah,
I Benjamin Button it, meaning
that's funny, man.
yeah. You know, I'm a movie buff, so I always use those little, you know, and so at 16, I was only freestyling and doing that, and they were like, you should do something, and I never did because I was always what do you call it? I never had confidence in myself. And
Yeah.
then fast forward to 7 years ago, now I'm seeing and being confident, and I'm, you know, recording with Elder Sensei of the Artifacts or Underground MC A1, you know, cats like that I admire.
Mm-hmm.
It's special to me, man. And for me, I don't care if 5 people enjoy it. I don't care. I don't need 500 people.
Yeah.
In other words, like, this is not about popularity to me, man. This is just about the culture and preserving it, and that's important to me, man. As an individual and a Chicago kid that grew up on Mood, Wu-Tang, and we already know the usual suspects, all the legends. So I'm grateful. But yeah, to answer your question, that was the long answer.
No, yeah, long-winded, good, long-winded, great answer.
Thank you for that. Yeah. So again, man, this podcast started, man, because of the pandemic. I wanted to be creative.
Okay.
I wanted to use creative space in my brain, and all the knowledge that I have in this brain, I said, let me use it to my advantage, and let me reach out to the cats that I grew up with, literally the CDs, cassettes. Let me reach out to them and have conversations with them, because I don't want to be like these. I don't want to be like these people that are just interviewing and they don't really care. Like, I care about this. This means a lot to me.
Congratulations on that too, bro. Like, you know, I feel like, I mean, music is definitely a feeling.
Yeah.
And if you're doing what you feel, that's what it's about, bro. That's what
Yeah, man.
it's about.
Thank you, my brother. That means a lot again, man. Thank you, you know, and I'm gonna keep pushing and preserving the culture on my behalf on this side of town, you know, Chicago. I'm gonna keep pushing, man, and having people on. Dante, I would love to have him on. Own Skillet. I mean,
Yeah.
if they have time.
I'll reach out to him. I'll reach out to him and let him know. I'm sure they'll see you too.
Please do. Yeah, I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
We
Because, you know,
getting to the wrap up time. We at about an hour. What? We about?
yeah, we're there, my brother. Yeah, we're already 52 minutes, so we can wrap it up now. And one thing I want to say before we bounce out, so you can do your thing. I want to thank you again for taking the time, because time is of the essence and it's important. I know that everybody's time is important, so I appreciate you for being on with me, man. It means a lot.
Yeah, likewise. I appreciate you being patient too, man. You know, like you hit me up a few days ago and I couldn't. I was on set, so you know, you didn't take it personal. You didn't take it personal. You know what I mean?
Oh, not at all. I didn't take it personal, because it's a life thing and it's important to you. So I thought about that.
There you go.
Yeah, absolutely. And a couple more things before we bounce out of SlickBlast RapCast with the legendary main flow of Mood. Is there anybody special in your life that you would like to shout out? It could be anybody or anybody in your thoughts that you're thinking about that you would like to shout out before we bounce out of this dope segment.
The Most High, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Creator, man. You know?
Yeah.
Everybody else falls under that umbrella. So,
well said.
Spread love, man. You know what I mean?
Profound.
Learn how to love yourself and love others.
Profound words from a profound MC and one of the best to do it. Main flow, my brother. May the Lord continue to bless you and your endeavors, and I'm gonna continue to support you from afar.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah, man. And yeah, man. Have a good time.
Let's do it again
tonight.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it again. I'm down, and we'll talk about the film actually. Once you're done wrapping it up, we can talk about the movie.
Facts.
All right, my brother.
All right, man.
Blessings to you, man.
Salute.
Salute.
Love.
Thank you again.
All right, man. Peace. Yeah.
All right, peace, brother. Peace. All right, there you have it. The gentleman and a scholar, main flow of the legendary group Mood from Cincinnati. He's a class act, good human being. For everybody, Optimus Prime Van, hey, for anybody that's not following SlickBlast RapCast, please give me a follow. Please give us a follow. We would appreciate that. Also give Main Flow a follow for anybody that just discovered Main Flow. Legend. So again, yeah, been rocking Move for 20 years. Yeah, man, definitely. You already know, man. We're in the same team photo with that. So since the beginning. So I hope everybody's enjoyed this hour of SlickBlast RapCast. I will be posting Main Flow. You're a class act, my brother. Thank you again. It's been an honor, and we will do this again soon. All right. I'm the Bald King Nostalgic, and this is SlickBlast RapCast. Blessings.